Hello, my friends. Welcome to a new year of meals. That's right. Happy 2022. I am late in wishing you all a very, very happy new year, but I am back. I am back with meals of the week. I've got four for you this time around. I'm starting off with a cauliflower soup that I'm making. So I've just got a head of cauliflower that I have chunked up. I decided at the last minute to add some sweet potato, so that's about half of a sweet potato. I've got onion here, and there's some olive oil in the pot. I'm going in with some minced garlic. Now, I've never really used jarred minced garlic before. I've always minced my own, but I just thought I'd give it a try this time around and see how I like it. And you know what? It's pretty handy. So I've got that in here, just letting that go. I am sweating the onions, kind of getting the sweet potatoes nice and tender, and then I will continue on with the rest of the recipe, which, by the way, was inspired by the one that's linked below in the description box. But as per usual, I am winging it. If you are new to this channel, you will come to find out that I don't strictly follow recipes, but I kind of just tweak them as I see fit. Adding my cauliflower. I've got some thyme here. I do decide to add a bit more seasoning a little bit later. That was a little splash of, or pinch rather, of nutmeg. I'm going to let this go on the heat. I'm trying to get a bit of color on the cauliflower, and again, just continue to soften the sweet potatoes so that we can get all of these veggies to a nice softened consistency so I can blend it up for the soup. Popping the lid on that to help it cook down a little bit faster. Give it a stir to see how it's doing. Not as much color as I'd like just yet, so I'm going to continue cooking that until it gets to this stage right here, and pretty happy with this. I think it's going to be just fine, so I'm going to just stir that around just to make sure again that everything's cooked as I like it, and then we'll be ready to add some liquid and make this part of the dinner here. I'm going in with some chicken bouillon mixed with water. This is about 4 cups worth. You really just want to be able to have enough liquid to cover all your veggies so that can continue to cook through. So there you go. That's 4 cups of water with some chicken bouillon. I am going to cover that, and then I'm going to let that heat up, come to a boil until the cauliflower really is nice and tender and soft and perfectly cooked through. Once this is done to my liking, I'm going to go ahead and turn the heat off and let this cool down before I blend it, because I'm going to be using my immersion blender. So here it is here. I don't like to blend up super hot stuff. I think it's okay if you do, but I just went ahead and cooled mine down a little bit. We're not quite ready to eat yet. This is a sort of prep earlier in the day. So I'm just taking my immersion blender and I'm going in. I'm just going to blend everything until it's the nice smooth consistency that I like it. You can keep it chunky if you like it, but I went for a more smooth soup, a more smooth finish. I'm going to go here with some seasoning, some salt and pepper. Actually, I'm not sure if I add salt. We'll see in just a second. But I didn't want to add salt and pepper until everything was cooked through. I was going to season at the very end, so I'm just going to give it a little taste here to see what it needs. Here is the black pepper, and yes, I do add a little bit of salt. Continue to blend that through so that it mixes nicely and thoroughly, and then dinner is pretty much ready here. go, the finished soup, heated up, served alongside some grilled cheese and a salad, a little side salad here. I'm just using some Olive Garden dressing, the Italian dressing there. But that was our dinner for the first night. Next up, we are having Korean barbecue ground beef sloppy joes. It's a mouthful, but it's a delicious one at that. So I'm taking some ground beef. I'm just cooking it through. I'm adding my favorite Yoshida's teriyaki, I think it's marinade, sauce and marinade, something like that. Just add as much as you like. It's really, really sweet. I did not drain the ground beef. If you have a problem with the fat, go ahead and drain it before you add the Yoshida's or whatever sort of teriyaki flavoring dressing that you like. I am also making some buns here. I will leave the recipe for this down below. I think they turned out okay. Not my favorite hamburger bun recipe, but they were, they work just fine nonetheless. So here we go. I am just sort of reducing this so that the sauce kind of thickens up a little bit. Meat is definitely cooked through, soaking up all that stuff. I've got some chopped up scallions or green onions. I am gonna mix that through. I have turned off the heat and I'm just gonna cook that with the residual heat from the stove and the fully cooked ground beef. So that's pretty much it. I'm going to set that aside. And then here we go with the buns coming out of the oven. These were supposed to be like the really soft store-bought kind. They weren't super, super soft. I mean, they were still good, nice and squishy, but the outside wasn't like that really soft kind of, the store-bought hamburger buns like I was kind of thinking. But the flavor was okay. It wasn't so bad. Colin wasn't a super big fan of it, but I will link the recipe down below in case you do want to try it. Maybe it will suit your palate. I couldn't wait to try one, so I had a little bit with butter. So, and there is the finished sloppy joe sandwich there. You can see all the juices just getting sopped up by the bun. I served it with a side salad. There is some sugar-free honey mustard dressing and some goat cheese, and that was the dinner for the next night. And then next we are going with a super, super, really budget, like this was my clearance dinner for the week. You can see I have some white mushrooms on clearance for 99 cents. This Alfredo sauce was free from my Buy Nothing group. And then the sausages came in a 2-pack for, I think it was like $1.99 or something like that. So yeah, this is definitely my budget, like under $5 dinner. And you'll see I'm also going to serve this up with some garlic bread that I also got on clearance. But for the time being, I have browned my sausage on the stove. I have added the mushrooms. I'm just going to cook that through, pop a lid on so that the mushrooms can cook down. There you go. I am just adding the Alfredo sauce now. I'm going to add a little bit of water to that and then shake it up and use as much as I can so I don't waste any of that Alfredo sauce. I haven't really added any seasoning to this because the sausage is, very, very flavorful and the sauce is really, really flavorful. So I'm just going to stir that up and I think, let's see, do I add some black pepper? I'm thinking as I'm watching this right now and I'm doing the voiceover that I probably should add black pepper, so let's find out if I do that. Okay, here we go with the taste test to see if I need to add anything. And I don't add pepper, in fact. So here we go. That is my clearance garlic bread, 79 cents for that. So here is our super, super budget dinner for the week. We've got the sausage mushroom Alfredo, some garlic bread, and a green salad. I do add some dressing to that. I add some Italian dressing, but I didn't show it in this clip. And that was our dinner for the next night. Last meal I'm sharing, I've got some leftover tomatoes, clearance tomatoes, and some clearance feta cheese. I'm making TikTok feta pasta. So you've probably seen this. This one was going around for a while back. But I am making this again. I have made it before. I'm adding some Italian seasoning to this, and then I'm also going to add some minced garlic, just, because garlic is life. And that is going to go into the oven until that is nice and soft and the grape tomatoes have burst. I'm going to squash that up and just mush it and mash it until it turns into its own sauce. So the juices from the tomatoes will mix with the cheese to create a nice sauce for the pasta. This is a meatless meal. You can add grilled chicken, would be really delicious with this. Anything else that you like as well, but we're just serving it super simply tonight, just as is, really. If I had some garlic bread, I would definitely add that, but this was quite a lot of pasta for us, so this was just fine. So I'm mixing this around. You can see I've added the pasta to it. A bit of the pasta water had dripped into the dish, but no matter, the pasta will soak that up and will thicken nicely. So this is what we are serving for the last meal of the week. And there you go, a bit of Parmesan cheese on top of that would be so good with a side salad and some garlic bread, which I don't have, so this is exactly what we're having here. But no matter, hope you guys enjoyed the meals for this week. I thought I would end with a little bonus clip. If you watched my day in the life, you may have seen me make these little coconut milk fruit desserts. So I'm going in, it's like a chia pudding basically, and it turned out really delicious. I really liked it. You might think it might need a bit of sweetener, but I like it as is. If you wanted to try it a little bit sweet, you can go add a bit of sweetener. But if you're interested in how I made this, feel free to check out the day in the life video. I will link it up in the cards and down below. But this was really good, nice and filling, and just delicious. So I hope you guys enjoy the meals for this week. I am so happy to be back, and I am looking forward to sharing more meals from our kitchen to yours. So until the next video, take care and happy eating.